Welcome to POSTCAST tonight with the Jazz lose to the Grizzlies 100-90. David Locke along with Ron Boone. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you grabbing us. You can catch this on iTunes on Locked On Jazz as well as weareutahjazz.com, Stitcher, Locked On Jazz as well. You can follow him on Twitter, by the way. I know he's on Twitter because he was upset I couldn't find his password for him today. At 10:41 straight. All right, I think this one to me is all about the Grizzlies. They were great tonight. They were of the four teams we faced, that's the most impressive team I've seen yet. I know Golden State didn't play that well against us, but I'll take Memphis over Golden State in a 7-game series. I'm wowed by how good Memphis was tonight.
I'm very impressed with that style of basketball, how they move it, they pass it, they work well together, they rebound, they have a post game, they don't utilize the three to the point where it takes over a basketball game for you, and then defense they flat out and get after it. 26 of their 38 field goals were assisted. They turned 14 turnovers that the Jazz had at 24 points. They're just good, the bottom line.
Now, here's why I was impressed by the Jazz. I don't know if this is going to make any sense at all. But the Jazz, they didn't get blown out. I wouldn't want to really oversell to say they were really ever, once they were down 6 or 8, you kind of knew that the chance of getting 8-0 run against Memphis was pretty unlikely. It's kind of why I like Memphis so much. But here's what I really like about the Jazz tonight. One of the major pieces of our offense has been the offensive rebound. We got nothing tonight. A little bit late. No offensive rebounds the entire third quarter. I gave you the game plan. It was to force Memphis into all these things. We couldn't do that to them at all. We could not impose our will on Memphis in any way tonight, which is why I'm so impressed with Memphis. And yet, we battled hard enough to still be in the game. We weren't threatening that much, but we were in the game. That's the script where you should lose by 20 on the back end of a back-to-back, and we didn't do that tonight. I'm very impressed without being able to impose our will at all. We stayed in the game.
Because of the fight, because of guys that are starting to grow, I think, and really helping a young team. And you just touched on something, because we're short-handed. This is a short-handed, very young basketball team going up against probably one of the teams that we think could very well come out of the way.
These are facts. We have the least amount of game experience of any team in the NBA. We have the third youngest opening day roster of any team in the NBA. We have the most points scored by players 23 or younger in the entire NBA. Playing against a team that is laden with veterans, huge playoff experience, and been together. The core, Allen, Conley, Randolph, and Gasol have been together for 4 years. That, to me, that's great that you can still fight that battle and play with that effort.
You appreciate that style of basketball. You definitely appreciate that. You appreciate the fact that they do fight and stay in basketball games and give themselves a chance to win. But the bottom line is that this is a team that beginning of the year, expectations wasn't very high. Expectations, I think, has grown, especially with us. We watch a lot of them. And the expectations, because we see the growth of this basketball team, and so we're expecting a little bit more, and who knows.
People are going to look at the box score. Dante Exum's had 2 of his last 20, and they're going to worry. I'll probably steal the words from your mouth, but if Dante went 5 of 8 tonight, it didn't mean he was ready. And he goes 0-4, he's not going to be ready this year. We knew this. This is all learning. Right now, it's on the downside of learning. He's having a tough time. But none of these things mean anything in regards to his future development and where he's going and what he's doing.
His style of play right now is and we're seeing that it's hit this wall. And I hate to use that word wall because you can see his growth. But he needs to improve now in other areas of the game. I touched on a couple of things here tonight with him going baseline. I think too much. I touched on things that are putting himself in a short clock that he's not good at getting himself out of. And those things I think will come. But he has a tremendous amount of ability. You can see that. But it's not this year. It might not even be all of next year.
The joke I always make with people is if you watch the NBA, you never see anybody who's played in the league more than 3 years drive baseline. Anybody who's played 3 years in the league starts baseline, they come back to the middle. JJ Redick, you watch him, he always comes back to the middle. You go baseline, you only got one pass you can make. If they don't think you're going to shoot, they're going to stay on that corner and you're dead.
Yeah. And most guys have, well, not necessarily one. You got two passes. You know, and a lot of
what the corner and what else?
That corner three on the opposite side, or maybe something right in the middle. But they're clogging the middle. They're taking that away. You know, so Dante gets caught there, and Trey from time to time he gets caught there as well. That's not a very good, unless you're a scorer and you know how to draw contests. Unless you know how to get to that free throw line, you know, kind of stay away.
Overall, in this one, Tony Allen tried to shut down Gordon a little bit. I mean, they got the force. The only thing I guess is real positive. Trey just continues to play well off the bench. He's embraced it. It may work very well for him. His minutes are up. His shooting is better. He's playing against lesser guys some of the time. And the minute he got, remember there was a sequence in the game where Mike Conley just has him erased. Conley checks out Benno now, Udre, and he just immediately went right at him, right? I mean, he's playing against the second-tier guy and taking full advantage of it and really playing well.
Yeah, he's not afraid, I think, now and he's relaxed. And I think that's probably the most important thing there. He's not pressing, and that may have been probably the best move that one of the better moves that Coach Snyder has made this year is letting him come off the bench and be that scorer off the bench that they desperately needed. And he's responded very well. His field goal percentage has been good since that's happened. And this confidence is definitely
good to see the impact of what a great defensive team does to you. The guys got taken out tonight. They got gated. That's how good Memphis is. That's what it is. This was a good lesson on when these guys are sitting back watching Memphis play somebody along the way, and the players, they'll remember what that is. Does it ever stun you, by the way, that when we have headphones and we're talking, is it like alcohol that makes it so people can't tell that we're doing something? Like, what is it? I know, like, she's been photobombing the whole show. It's like, what are you doing? All right. I just had to get that in. They're now distracted with my Sudbury, so I can finally share that with you. They just start talking to us. They look at us and start talking. Like, we don't even have these things on. All right. Have a good night. See ya.